Hi friends, good evening. Hope you're doing good. I'm good. So today's Srinivas has come again with one more topic, which is very interesting one. So please listen till the video ends. We are all having a little bit fear psychosis in our minds to any situation or an activity. So for example, you're meeting your superior or a CMD of the company, then you have a little bit fear in you. You're traveling in a crowded bus, a little bit fear you have. You're flying on an aeroplane, we have a fear. You are in a big large spaces, public places, then you have some fear. So all these fears can be named as phobias. My dear friends, today we all undergo the phobias. As per the statistics in America and India, large countries, 70 to 80% of the people suffer with one or other phobias. So, what is phobia? So let's define phobia. What is phobia? A phobia is an anxiety disorder defined by a persistent, excessive, and irrational fear, my dear friends. Situation towards any situation, activity, or object which has a little or no danger at all, which is fear of that situation. That is called phobia. Phobias are of two types again, psychological phobia and physical phobia. Psychological phobia involves, it has a lot of what you call intense feeling of anxiety, fear, very fear, anxiety you will have, and you have a fear or a panic, which is for no reason. There is no reason, but we get frightened about that. And coming to physical phobias, the individual experiences rapid heartbeat, shortness of breath, dizziness, choking, a feeling of choking he gets, and also trembling also he gets, etc. These are few symptoms of the physical phobias. Phobias can be categorized again. See, like animal or insect phobia. If you see the snakes or lizards or cockroaches or like dogs or wild animals, you get fear. That is called animal phobia. And you have situational phobia. Situational phobia is like you're flying, you're in the heights, then you have in the darkness, then that is the fright is called, that frighting, that fearness is called phobia again. Then you have natural environment phobia, like storms. You are in the storms, darkness, that is natural phobia. And finally, the phobia is blood injections or accidents. Suppose you are going through a medical procedure or injections or some accidents you have seen, then that is a phobia. These are some kinds of phobias. They are normally a person gets frightened, then he develops that fear psychosis. But don't worry, friends, don't worry. See, for every phobia there is a therapy, excellent therapies. Their success rate is very high for these therapies. One is exposure therapy, they call. What is that exposure therapy? The person, the individual is exposed repeatedly and gradually to the situation or activity where he is really getting frightened or his fear. So that is called exposure. And number two is cognitive behavioral therapy, that is called. The patient is counseled, patient is made to understand what exactly is feared, and they will be given certain type of training to overcome that. And number three is counseling or psychotherapy. And by talking to the individual, continuously, you can address the root cause of the situation, and the phobias can be attended. So they can be attended. So what normally in India or anywhere, we face one phobia called social phobia, my dear friends. 70 to 80% they suffer with social phobia or glossophobia, that is public speaking. We are afraid of speaking in the public. This is the main weakness of basically most of the individuals. And I'll inform you, I'll tell you that many people are experienced, they are having very good knowledge in subject, but in the interviews they can't clear the interviews because they have that phobia, how to face the interviewer, and because he doesn't have communication, he has knowledge, he has confidence, but he doesn't have the communication to face that interview. So that is a phobia. So these are all can be attended. And as per the studies, females are having phobia more than males. This is one more study says that females are more prone for phobias than males. So my appeal to all of you is, yes, this is not a disease. This is not something to fear of. It's not a psychological disease, it's an anxiety disorder. There are a lot of medicines are there, counseling is there, and psychologists or psychiatrists, they treat this. Even general doctors also treat this anxiety general disorders, or OCDs, these are called obsessional compulsory disorders, can be. A lot of medicines are there, my dear friends. Don't worry. So we all will get out of these phobias and will become perfect in all these things. So thank you very much. So we'll all if you have any weakness or phobia, let us overcome it with all the therapies which are available. Thank you very much.